which are because of these thoughts that I've been thinking. And before you know it, you've purified, you've clarified, you've calibrated your thoughts to your inner being who's thinking the thoughts of everything that you've put into your vibrational reality. Do you know what we mean by vibrational reality? You came into this physical body and you've been sorting and sifting, knowing what you don't want and asking for all kinds of things, whether you speak it out loud or not. And every time you ask, every time, verbally or vibrationally or emotionally, you ask for something, it is a vibrational emanation, it is a vibrational radiating, it is a vibrational oozing, it is a vibrational rocket that your inner being sees, follows, and tends to. And this culmination of all of these desires that you've been setting into motion equal a vibrational reality that is like a baby in the womb. It is gestating and ready to come out into the world where you can see it, but you have to be in the state of allowing yourself to see it. You've put so much there, but most people, they don't calibrate themselves to what's there. And you know why? You know why you don't calibrate yourself to the things that you have created and to the things that you want and to the things that you've asked for? We're not saying that you all don't, and we're not saying that any of you always don't. We're just saying when you don't calibrate to what's in your vortex, you know why? Because you're calibrating to what's already manifested, which has nothing to do with it. It's like old news. It's like somebody saying, oh, I got a new job. And somebody saying, oh, what are you going to do? And you say, I don't know, but let me tell you about my last job. Well, how much are you going to make? Well, I'm not sure, but I didn't make enough on my last job. It's like what is or what has been is so stuck in your vibrational craw that you don't let yourself expect around it, even though your inner being has taken every detail that you've asked for in every phase of every relationship, in every phase of everything that you've lived. Everything that you didn't like caused you to ask for something different, and all of that your inner being has calibrated to and knows exactly how to lead you, wonderful you, and all that you've asked for, to the details of all of that. And you all say, good, let's go, and let's go now. And your inner being says, let's savor it, let's milk it, let's live life, let's let life show you all of these things that you want in this delicious way, and this delicious way, and this delicious way. So we have some questions for you. They're really easy questions, and if you get it wrong, we'll guide you to the right answer. Would you rather listen to the knowing of your inner being, who was with you before you came into this body and has stayed with you all along, and who knows every hope and dream and wish that you've asked for and is calibrated to it and has been part of the gathering of all the cooperative components? Sort of a leading question here. Would you rather ask for guidance and advice from your inner being or from your brother or cousin or person you used to work with?
Inner being. Final answer.
And why don't you? The difference is because this you have to tune to feel it, to see it, to hear it. This is out there, bold and loud, full of advice.
There's some people thank you. I thought you were going to smack me with it.
This is called distraction. I tried to distract you from your discomfort. Now you're appropriately hypnotized. So
thank you. Yeah, I look at manifestations from people like my brother or my father, and I think, well, they're doing something that I want to do or achieving a result, so maybe I should listen to them. Oh, my brother's into this form of personal development and he highly recommends it.
Oh, it's a wonderful thing to ask them what they think, but as you're collecting the data from others, weigh it against what your inner being thinks about it, because while it may have been the perfect path for them, your inner being knows whether it's the perfect path for you, because in your vortex is a unique pile of intentions and desires and preferences that are not the same of anybody else's. And so you can certainly ask, but weigh how you feel when those answers come. against how you feel when the answers or the inspiration comes from your inner being.
I assume weigh how I feel when I'm asking questions as well, right? If I'm in a negative state or not connected to source, then what's the point of asking the question?
That goes without saying. You know that. If you're in a bad mood, you're not going to get anything back that you can trust. Nothing. So what you want to say to somebody is, I'm in a terrible mood and I'd like your advice, but none of it's going to be meaningful to me because I have no way under these conditions evaluating the appropriateness of what you're going to say to what I really know. So this is just going to be an exercise in futility, and you're probably just going to be annoyed with me. I'm already annoyed with you. No. Calibrate yourself. The first conversation that we had with our friend is get yourself ready for the world. Calibrate to who you are, and then calibrate to who you are, and then it's easy. Then it's easy, isn't it? Then it's easy.
Fall out of calibration pretty quickly and easily. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Oh.
Well, it doesn't matter what you say, it's how you feel. And if that's the way you feel, you're not ever wrong in the way you feel, but it is guidance, you see. So you looked a lot brighter when you were over there.
Yeah, well,
but it's because this conversation has activated within you your insecurities.
Well, and that's why I got up here in the first place, because I was thinking in my head months ago, I don't want to come up with a question because I've noticed when I try and figure out a question, I start to lose connection for some reason.
You're way. We love you so much, too much in your head.
Yes.
And the reason you are is because you're an entertainer and you care what they all think.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's
and
right.
what they're thinking right now is they'd like you to go so they can come. And they're thinking, I'm a lot like him, and everything that Abraham has said about this has been helpful to me, and this is all part of the calibration process, and you're tuned in much of the time and not tuned in some of the time, and you know the difference. You even reflected it back to us. Just now you said something and you knew right away. It wasn't calibrated to who you really are. You didn't need us standing here guiding you or teasing you. You can tell, yes?
Yeah, yes.
Do you believe that you are the creator of your own reality?
Yes, but it's not a hard yes. I mean, I'll be honest.
All right, so we're going to step back, not completely off the stage, but maybe. Do you believe that you create your own reality? If you can't say yes to that fundamental, that you create your own reality, then you better ask the entire world what they think about everything. And you better get the most awesome computer system going so that you can take all of that data and synthesize it and have it spit out some rhythms for you so that you don't bother with that, because that won't work. You don't know that you create your own reality?
I do.
No, you don't.
Well, exactly. So why badger me into having to? So I keep going back to...
If you don't create your own reality, who does? Nobody's ever going to come to this hot seat again.
I know.
You'll be so afraid. If you don't create your own reality, who does? Who creates your own reality? Do you believe in law of attraction?
Yeah.
So there's a law of attraction that's responding to vibrational output. So who's responsible for the vibrational output of any?
I am.
So you're responsible for your vibrational output, and the law of attraction is responding to the vibrational output that you output, and that doesn't translate into, therefore, I create my own reality?
Yes. I feel so intimidated right now.
We are being misunderstood.
Yeah.
You have to misunderstand, because we've never cared more about somebody understanding this as we care about you. But we can't change your point of attraction. We can just flow what we know. And our intent is not to intimidate you, but to stimulate you, to activate you, to hold the vibrational frequency so that you can't miss it, you see.
I think I have very mixed vibrations, obviously. Some things manifest and other things don't. And so I get in my head about what, even getting up here, it slightly confuses me, because I did have doubts about getting up here over the last few months.
Did you hear what we said earlier, that we would call people forward to have conversations that would be of benefit to everyone?
Yeah.
You don't think this is of benefit to everyone? You don't think that they don't have doubts, that they're not sure, that they want to be tuned in, but they're not sure when they are? In other words, you represent a lot of people on the planet who are just beginning to find your way in all of this.
I don't see the line sometimes between where the clarity is, and I expect it and it's an assured thing where I don't even have to expect it because it is, versus the wavering back and forward. I determined I'm just going to go up there. I don't even have to have a question. That's why I kind of fumbled up here, because that would have given me resistance, I suppose. I just wanted to get here, and I got here. But I feel like I've had other thoughts in my life about wanting to get somewhere or do something, and it hasn't manifested. So,
well, what you're explaining and what you are representing is something that a lot of people are living. You are putting too much credence in action and not enough credence in pre-paving. You're not putting enough credence in lining up energy. So rather than lining up energy and then noticing the results, you're just noticing the results and then trying to line up energy, and it doesn't work that way. So you got to get out ahead of it. Esther's been calibrating for several months and finding herself feeling really, really frisky. So much so that when she was off, there was no question that she was off. And she knew she was off, and it also was not that hard to get back on. But when you haven't yet taken the time and shown yourself what true calibration with your true self is, you're not even sure that your true self exists right now. Not really. And so you've been calibrating yourself to so many others. We're just going to give you a story to kind of explain it, and it'll make you feel better, and then you'll understand why this whole conversation was so valuable to everyone. Let's say that you're someone who wants to make a difference in the world. That's certainly you. Someone who cares, someone who knows you came with purpose, someone who wants to be an uplifter, someone who wants to understand, someone who wants to teach, and someone who wants to do really good in this life experience. In other words, that's a really good definition of who you are. So you look at the world and you see it really diverse and kind of in upheaval and sort of confused, but you're ready to go out into the world. And you, most of all, this is your strongest, most base, natural, innate desire and knowing. You want to feel good. You know, life is supposed to feel good to you, and you want that above all other things. So you've decided to go out and make your mark in the world for the benefit of others and so that you can feel good. So you decide to go about it in the only way you know to go about it, because you are a practical human functioning in a practical human world. So you get a profile of yourself, pictures, details, information. You get it on a huge search engine and you send it out to everyone on the planet, and you say, hey everybody, this is me. Take a good look at this. This is me. You might meet up with me. I'm out there running around. I get around a lot. And if you should meet me, these are the things that I need from you so that I can feel good. So get me, learn me, watch for me, and respond appropriately. Billions of people of the world, this is what I'm going to need from you. Well, good luck with that. Or you can get up in the morning, quiet your mind, calibrate to your highest frequency, begin receiving impulses. You can care about the way you feel. You can calibrate to your emotions, and you can be a vibrational point of attraction who goes out into the world and can't get anything less than what you've calibrated to. Now that's always true. It's just that you're calibrating in a sloppy way where almost everyone is. You're not calibrating deliberately. You're calibrating by what you see, by what you hear on the news, by what you read, by what happened before, by what you remember, by what's happened to that one and that one. You might as well just send out that profile to the world, because it's kind of that kind of a crapshoot, isn't it? Or you could really calibrate. You could calibrate yourself so well that a week or two or three down the road, when you go out into the world, you'll start making the association between your deliberate calibration to emotions that feel good, to real things that you feel, and the response of the population, the vibrational population of the world. We're talking about the way you rendezvous with traffic, with individuals, with animals, with birds, with insects, with weather, with thoughts, with ideas, with everything. You will show yourself that you calibrated and that the universe is responding to you. And then you will know your power. Until then, it's just a whole bunch of words.